One of the important things for marketing is positioning. And positioning, as I guess I should look up her name. I think it's April Dunford. As she describes it, is essentially it's the context for which your product exists. So, anytime you see an advertisement or you see some new product, pretty much you're immediately trying to place it in some type of context, right? So, um, if I see an ad for a pickleball paddle, that's very easy for me to understand because pickleball paddles, I'm very familiar with that category. If you talk about a AI customer service chatbot, well, yeah, that's a category that it makes sense, like what you're talking about, basically. If you tell me that you have an integrated solution for uh, maximizing profits and minimizing losses, if that's what your ad says, I have no idea what you're talking about so far, basically. So I'm going to be looking for clues, like, well, what are you talking about? I mean, I'm sure everybody wants more profits and fewer losses, but so far you've given me no information what we're talking about specifically here, right? Because there's so many things in business that could be doing those things. So context is sort of the bucket that people place your product into, or the positioning is the context is like the bucket that people place your product into, and as April Dunford said, if you have good positioning, it's like you've got the wind at your back, basically. If you've got poor positioning, meaning what you say about your product either doesn't really closely match with what it actually is, or it is not desirable. Like it's not a part of the market that's interesting to your customers. And then that's poor positioning, basically, and that's like a headwind. So basically, good positioning makes everything easier, bad positioning makes everything harder. And when it comes to marketing, we want things to be as easy as possible. So we don't need extra headwinds coming at us. So, this is something I've been thinking about for my business, is like, how do I position my business? Because my core services, kind of relate to content creation, and then mostly meta advertising and Google advertising. I have dabbled in TikTok and LinkedIn and stuff like that, but don't claim to have a ton of experience there yet. So when it comes to but if I tell you that I do Facebook advertising or Google advertising, you may look at that and say, well, that's valuable. And it is valuable, by the way. but there's lots of other people that do that too, right? So if that's all I tell you about my business, it doesn't really tell you like that I'm the best at the world for you, right? You know that I might be an option for you because most businesses can advertise on those platforms, but it doesn't tell you that I'm the best choice for you, right? So in a perfect world, the perfect positioning would say, I am the best in the world at serving and doing XYZ. So that when a person comes across my marketing and they say, oh, you're the best in the world at Facebook advertising for new ventures in the, let's just say, RV space. Okay. Well, that's very specific. And so if you're a person with a new venture and you're in the RV space and you come across my marketing, the positioning is likely very good, especially if you already believe that, let's say, Facebook advertising is very important, and you're looking for someone to do that, and then it's like, oh, this guy does it in the RV space, and he does it for new ventures, and this is a new venture that I have. The more boxes you can check off in that context thing. Now, obviously, it needs to be not overly complicated, but in general, the more boxes you can tick off there, like the better, right? So when I have the conversation with this hypothetical customer and he comes in and he's already potentially very open to what I have to offer, because he's like, well, I mean, this already matches so many things for what I'm looking for. So I'm positioned at that point as the best in the world for his exact situation. And when that's the case, it makes it makes marketing more efficient and easy. It makes, at least if it's providing that there is a good market, right? Makes marketing easier, makes sales, I would say, a whole lot easier, because your positioning helps to attract the right type of people through marketing that end up in sales. And then once they're in the sales process, it's more or less just a matter of confirming that what you said in your positioning and your marketing actually is what you deliver, and then it should be very easy to close that deal. So positioning can be the headwind or the tailwind for you, depending on if you've done a good job of it.